Yeah, welcome back to the City Newsroom. Let's do more stories. Now, the contractor working on the expansion of the Takoradi to Sekondi road project wants a speedy removal of utility installations on the stretch to facilitate works to enable timely completion. The 65 million euro project, which is expected to be completed within 2 years, has seen only 8% of completed works after 5 months of operations by the contractor, hence the call. City News' Western Regional Correspondent Annim has more on the project, as well as the Sinohydro's 3-tier PTC interchange construction in Takoradi.
On the 15th of August 2022, expansion works began on some major roads within the Sekondi Takoradi metropolis, covering a total of 21 kilometers. The road expansion works, which is expected to be completed by 14th August 2024, is at an estimated cost of 65 million euros. Since physical works has for the past 5 months only started on the 8-kilometer Takoradi to Sekondi stretch, I asked the resident engineer the actual scope of work and what has been done so far.
The total roads, in terms of scope, we have 6 roads, namely the Annim Road, and we have the Shippers Council Road, we have the Graf Johnson Road, we have the Harbour Road, we have the Sekondi Road, and the Ademra Road. So making the total of 6 roads. And the total kilometerage is 21 kilometers. In terms of percentage, now we can put it about 6 to 7%. Let's say 7% has been done now. From Sekondi or Takoradi to Sekondi, that road is about 8 kilometers in all. Currently, we've done, putting everything together, we've done about 12%. And the scope of works that has been completed now is the clearing and demolition. Clearing and demolition, and when we've also done some filling, rock filling, and then also placement of the textiles in the swampy areas. So in the swampy areas, we have to put the textile material, fabrics there before we do the filling, so that any water that will build up will be soaked away. Then we've also done extension of culverts. So as you can see, the existing culverts have been extended in all cases, so to accommodate the expansion we are going to do in terms of the road.
We're about 5 months into the 2-year construction project that we have here, that is between the Sekondi Road to Takoradi Road. Utility service providers like the electricity poles you see here is what contractors fear that it might delay this very project, and they are calling for their relocation as soon as possible to ensure that they meet the construction timeline of 2 years.
I think what is our challenge is we're working in an urban area. There's a lot of expropriation and there's a lot of utilities that we're encountering in the urban area that you will appreciate. That entails that we are accommodating the traffic currently on the existing roadway. Currently, we've submitted the accommodation of traffic drawings to the client. That's been approved. Like I've mentioned, yes, there will be instances that we need to close some of the roads that we need to cross with the culverts, but that would be section by section addressed as well.
For the resident engineer, the situation is causing significant delays in completing the project on schedule.
Yeah, the challenge is in terms of we are a bit behind schedule because the time lapse is about 12%. We have this expropriation issues, expropriation of properties. Some of them are government properties, some of them are also private properties. And but the process has started. The process has been triggered to compensate those properties or the property owners so that those properties can be demolished to pave way for the construction to go on. And in terms of the government properties, for instance, we have the prison wall, which is affected. That before we demolish, we have to reinstate the wall before that can be demolished. And that one, the process is also in place to do that. And I believe within a short time we can complete on that. Then we have the relocation of utilities. And by utilities, I'm talking about ECG lines, and then we have water, Ghana Water Company, then the telcos. You see, so those are the issues which have been delaying the project so far.
With the electricity company being the biggest corporate when it comes to the installations in the right of way of the Sekondi Takoradi road redevelopment, I've come to the ECG to find out the program they have and when they intend relocating these installations from the way.
The ECG has been contacted on this project. We've done our assessment, which includes cost, and have submitted to the consultant. We've also recommended eligible electrical contractors. What I mean by eligible electrical contractors are those who can do the work that needs to be done for the project to be successful.
I therefore asked the resident engineer if funding for the relocation and compensation is a challenge.
Yeah, there's the contract sum made provision for expropriation. See, but it's a provisional sum. It's a provisional sum, and so for now we haven't exhausted it. So that is what is being used. But the process that needs to be, we need to go through in order to compensate the people. That is it was a bit cumbersome, but I think now we are almost at the end of it.
While the contractors await the relocation of the utility installations, they have no choice but to go ahead with the road extension works opposite to the Fiankwanta Regional Hospital. Interestingly, these electric poles are still in their way. To have a full view of the construction within the Sekondi Takoradi metropolis, I therefore moved to check the progress of work on the $55 million three-tier Takoradi PTC runabout Sinohydro project. This is the Sinohydro PTC three-tier interchange here in Takoradi, which construction actually started in the last quarter of 2020 and expected to be a 30-month project. The project is likely to be completed in June of this year, and according to contractors, they are currently around 80% of completion. But I look at it as we speak right now, although the work has so much progress to 80% completion, we are not seeing much work here. And the information that we are picking is that funding for the project has become a little bit challenged. And for that matter, the contractors are likely to go on strike in the coming weeks if nothing actually happens in terms of funding. For City News, I'm Annim, Takoradi.